China is building a megacity in the middle of the ocean. Have you ever pictured what it would be like to build a whole city from the ground up in the middle of the ocean? Well, get ready to be amazed. Until now, only the wealthiest cities in the world, like Dubai, managed to build their dream cities in the sea. And now, China wants to raise the bar even higher with the incredible idea to build a megacity in the middle of the ocean. Imagine glass skyscrapers, a vibrant financial district, hotels, and even a theme park emerging from the sea. The challenges involved are enormous, and a reputation is at risk. Will they succeed? The new Dubai. Dubai, referred to overall as the embodiment of extravagance and plushness, has gone through a wonderful change from a fruitless desert scene to a stunning city. Fueled by plentiful oil abundance, the Middle Easterners have arranged a surprising transformation, famous for its soaring skyline, and that's not the only feat of engineering to capture the world's imagination. Built from reclaimed land in a series of artificial archipelagos, Palm Jumeirah is shaped like a palm tree when viewed from above. The crown gem of their accomplishments stands tall as the Burj Khalifa, the tallest high-rise at any point constructed. The presence of this architectural marvel serves as an irrefutable testament to Dubai's unrivaled status as a haven of pure extravagance. However, the desire to surpass even Dubai's grandeur has now taken root in the ambitions of another global powerhouse, China. The Chinese government has set its sights on constructing a new Dubai, an ambitious endeavor aimed at fashioning a city that rivals the sheer magnificence of Dubai. Interestingly, they have chosen Sri Lanka as the canvas upon which they plan to create this new symbol of luxury. Presently, the area known as Port City in Sri Lanka remains a vast expanse of vacant land, stretching out into the boundless ocean. Yet, envisioning the final outcome, one can imagine the landscape transformed into a bustling hub of contemporary marvels. The vision is to infuse Port City with an astonishing 65 million cubic meters of sand, laying the foundation for a mesmerizing spectacle of glass-clad skyscrapers, a bustling financial district, world-class hotels, captivating theme parks, and an array of other amenities befitting a haven of luxury. This project is enormous. A long battle. The journey towards the realization of the Port City project in Colombo has been marked by a lengthy battle, reflecting the city's historical significance as a pivotal port along the Indian Ocean trade routes. With a rich heritage spanning over 2,000 years, Colombo has always thrived as a vibrant hub of commerce. The concept of expanding the business district of the city initially emerged in 2004. However, the progress of the project was hindered by a 25-year civil war that erupted in 1983, disrupting the country's stability and development. Following the end of the Civil War in 2009, China stepped forward and offered to finance the reconstruction efforts in Sri Lanka. This proposition involved providing the country with loans, which then-President Mahinda Rajapaksa gladly accepted. However, Rajapaksa faced allegations of corruption, leading to his defeat in the 2014 elections. Consequently, the Port City project was shelved and remained dormant until 2016. How will the city look? The envisioned Port City promises to be a striking marvel in its own right, a remarkable undertaking propelled by Chinese President Xi Jinping's Belt and Road Initiative, an ambitious plan to build road, rail, and maritime infrastructure links across Asia and Europe to boost trade. As Chinese companies expand their global reach, Sri Lanka has emerged as the canvas upon which an entire metropolis will be erected. Officials estimate it will take about 25 years to complete the project, the first of its kind in South Asia. Spanning a vast 665 acres of land reclaimed by the Indian Ocean, Port City is poised to embody the essence of a smaller-scale Singapore, complete with a business-friendly tax regime and regulations unique to its jurisdiction. There is even speculation that the city may operate under a distinct legal system, setting it apart from the rest of Sri Lanka. Unlike the bustling metropolis of Dubai, Port City is not intended to accommodate a permanent population population exceeding 2 million people. All things considered, it is expected to become home to roughly 80,000 occupants, with 250,000 extra people driving into the city consistently. Surprisingly, this try remains the biggest single unfamiliar direct interest in Sri Lankan history, with projected speculation esteem surpassing $1.5 billion. The aggressive venture is initiated by China Correspondence's Development Organization, a state-possessed Chinese designing firm. In addition to its iconic skyscrapers, Port City will encompass a staggering 1.5 million square meters of office space, presenting lucrative opportunities for private investments that may surpass $13 billion. Drawing inspiration from the colonial era, which is evident in the nearby city of Colombo, Port City will pay homage to its historical roots. Visitors can expect to witness the charm of fading bungalows, modest temples, and the low-slung towers that grace the skyline of Colombo. Controversies. The Chinese involvement in the Port City project has also raised concerns. The possibility of unfavorable deals, as evidenced by previous instances like the Hambantota Port and Matala Rajapaksa International Airport, have raised doubts about the long-term implications of Chinese investments in Sri Lanka. Skepticism lingers regarding the financial sustainability and control of such projects, given the experiences of massive debts and leasing agreements that resulted from previous ventures. These concerns highlight the need for careful consideration and effective management to ensure that the Port City project avoids similar pitfalls and brings positive outcomes for Sri Lanka's economy. The ecological aspect. The ecological aspects surrounding the construction of Port City have also sparked concerns among ecologists in Sri Lanka. The magnitude of resources required for building the city surpasses the country's sustainable capacity. The extraction of sand alone is projected to exceed 100 million cubic meters, posing a threat to fragile marine habitats and the livelihoods of over 15,000 fishermen operating in the mining area. Environmental activists raise alarms regarding the potential repercussions of the new financial district. The influx of more than 300,000 daily car journeys is expected to escalate air pollution and various environmental challenges. Additionally, the concentration of power held by China Harbor, acting as the de facto landlord within the leased city territory of Port City, raises further questions about governance and environmental oversight. Future. Despite facing the controversies, the construction of the Port City project in Sri Lanka is advancing swiftly. After the revival of the project in 2019, with Rajapaksa back in power as Prime Minister and his younger brother Gotabaya as President, the Port City initiative regained momentum and construction activities resumed. By the end of 2019, the first structures were anticipated to come to life, injecting vitality into the evolving cityscape. The development of the international financial city of Colombo is currently underway, and significant progress has been made. In fact, the first building within the new city is set to open its doors this year. In response to the ecological concerns, the Chinese company involved in the project has proposed solutions to address some of the issues raised. They emphasize the creation of green spaces within Port City, which not only provide aesthetically pleasing views of Colombo, but also serve as a means of integrating the old and the new. Furthermore, they express a commitment to encourage the government's efforts to regenerate the western edge of the existing city, creating a seamless transition and harmonious coexistence between the old and the emerging metropolis. This demonstrates the determination and commitment of the project's stakeholders to push forward and bring their vision to fruition. In spite of the difficulties and reactions encompassing the venture, it keeps on pushing forward at a quick speed, flagging turning into a reality soon potential. The realization of this grand undertaking has the potential to stimulate growth, attract investment, and foster a thriving business environment, ultimately contributing to the nation's overall prosperity. By effectively overseeing the project's development and operations, Sri Lanka can harness the opportunities presented by the new city and position itself as a hub for trade, commerce, and global connectivity. As we come to the end of our look at China's ambitious plan, one thing is clear: this project is a true example of how creative and ambitious people can be. Will this bold plan become a successful reality? Just wait and see. We know the Chinese are good in construction. Sometimes they are insanely good at it. Check out this video about China's absolute most insane mega projects. You won't believe it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe and like.